Okay, we're back. We're going to go ahead and work on the roof. Like I said before though, if you don't want a roof on this, then you probably could have just made that level across, each one 6 feet, called it good. But we get a lot of rain in the wintertime, fall, winter, spring, and that other wood pile down there, it had a tarp over the top of it. Gets windy, tarp blows around, so I'm gonna rig up a tarp in the front, bungee cord across there, across the bottom, and then you can pull back the tarp one way, pull it back the other way to get your wood out, put it back. Should keep it from getting too wet. So anyway, Raptors. So I don't know, I know there's a formula for it. I just did a trial and error, as you can see. Here's my trial and error right here. I think I got another one too that's trial and error. So I know a little bit about it, but this is like should be a 45, a one, what is that, a 12 to 12 or 6 to 6, I don't know, something like that. But as you can see, this board here, quite bowed in. This one, a little bowed in down at the end. So I just did a trial and error on getting these things cut. The bird's mouth was a little bit difficult trying to figure that out, but anyway, I got a bunch of them cut. I'm going to go ahead and mount the camera, do a little fast forward so we can get these in, and we'll be right back. All right, I'm going to pre-drill all of these Raptors just so I don't split anything when I go to screw these in. So we got all those drilled out, changed the camera angle, and we'll get these installed, at least on the ridge beam. Alrighty, I'm trying something a little bit different to get these in, and basically just taking the strap, putting it on there, tightening it down. That brings that bird's mouth up to this piece here, and then I'm just kind of screwing it in. I'm going to put this back, and we'll continue on. All right, Well, that looks pretty good to me. Still shaky as all get out, but once the wood gets on there, then the weight will keep that thing from moving. So next is just putting on some roofing. I got some plastic roofing, so we'll just throw that on there, and hopefully I got this spaced good enough that I can make it. Otherwise, I can do the old throw some 1x6s or something along the top. So anyway, that's a wrap for now. We'll come back and get that roofing out here. Farm Life out. Alrighty, I think we're here to wrap this up here, roof-wise. First thing I got to do is, I guess can't see from that side. Come around. First thing I got to do is cut this 2x4. Looks like we can see. Alrighty. Alright. Looks pretty good right there. All right, we'll go down the other side and try to get that one. It's a little, the ground is a little more uneven down there. All right, that's gonna work. That's gonna be good enough. Okay, we're going back to the drawing board. If I had all of the like the two oddball ones, if everything was that size, it would work perfect. But these are just not formulated right. So I'm gonna go ahead and put some of these on. I'm gonna cut them in half and shorten them to 2 feet. Can you see? Hopefully. Alrighty, that's that part of it. And we're going to cut them all to 2 feet. We'll do that in a second. Alright, I'm going to put all these up. A little fast forward action. On the ground is not one of the locations. Alright, that's it for those. Now maybe those roof pieces will go on a little easier. Alrighty, I decided to add another board here, and this basically lets this fit a lot better. So when I screw it in, and it kind of keeps a little water barrier, kind of. I don't know how much, but this makes it so it's easier to screw this down. So I'm going to go ahead and put the camera down on that end, and I'll start putting all these in. that's those. We'll come back when we start hanging this roof. All right. Hardest part is trying to get this lined up so it's, when it gets at that end, it's not hanging off one side or the other. Should be the last one, so I'm gonna move the camera. All right, so we got all those on. Let's go ahead and see what the top looks like. We'll put those in. So we're gonna turn you this way. All right, that's a wrap. Got the roof on, and you can see from here, it does not look, it's pretty square, pretty good. Didn't have any, you know, big overhang or big wow at the end. So that's the roof. Hopefully my battery died, so hopefully I got pretty much putting this roof on. This will just be an add-on to that video I'm making. Hopefully it's only a couple minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a wrap on this. Wood rack is done. Looks like we're gonna work out okay. It's 16-inch from 2x4 to 2x4. I don't want to put a piece of plywood down, so hopefully that all fits. I got a couple of small pieces in here, but those can go on top. So anyway, wood rack 1 in the books, and then we'll work on this one next. Farm Life out. Alrighty, one of the last things I'm doing is this tarp, which is gonna hang in front of this one, and then I'll have a separate one on this one over here too. But it's gonna go through this eye bolt. I got a bungee cord gonna go through here, all the way down to that eye bolt right there. And then we'll have the same down on the bottom, eye bolt there, and an eye bolt down there. run bungee cord all along. And then the bungee will go along these eyelets here, kind of like almost like a shower curtain type thing. And I'm just gonna, push it back. But I needed to stiffen up the sides. So what I have here is basically got it for it's a bird netting thing. Kind of like put bird netting on. Anyway, I'm just gonna use it as a stiffener. I'm gonna glue it. I already glued the other side, and it seemed to work out pretty good. So we'll just, it's a kind of a two-step. It gets glued there, and then it rolls again over one more like that, glued twice. So anyway, I'll get the glue out. We'll get this one glued, and then wait a couple hours and come out and do the second gluing, what I call it. And I think you can see pretty good there. Yeah, let's come down just a hair. Yeah. And all I'm using is Gorilla Glue. I think I got this at Harbor Freight, as a matter of fact. So let's see what we got here. Takes a while to get this to roll out of here. I'm kind of getting it on this green piece too, because I really want it to get into there. So kind of almost a three-step here. Getting the green piece glued, and I'm coming back and gluing in front of it. Come on, glue. Oh, running out. So then I just kind of roll that back a little bit, just so it's on there. And then I just put these bricks right on the seam. All right, turn the camera off. We're just gonna roll this like so. Got it over. There we go. And I get that in there. All right, we'll see. We'll come back, see how well that glued down. All right, it's time for the second set of glue. That looks like it, most part, glued down. So PSA, wear gloves. I ended up getting glue on my hands first time. Not fun. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and we're going to roll this over like that. So we're going to want glue up in here. All right, we'll come back a couple hours and check it, but it should be good, and it'll be good for tomorrow, and then we can go put it on and see if this was actually a time waster or if it was actually a good idea. So we'll be back when this is all dry. All right, we're on the last phase here. I've got the top piece already bungeed in. It is getting hot out, so I'm going to try to be quick about this. So this, I bought this bungee cord and it's kind of hokey a little bit, but you run the cord through, tie a knot, stretch it out. I'm going to go hook it on down here at the bottom. We're going to stretch it out, and then we'll cut it, and then we'll get another piece on. So I'm going to set you down here on the ground so you kind of see a little bit there. Actually, I'm going to take you up here. You should be able to see right in there. And I'm going to need this, this, and this. We'll take that down and we're going to stretch it. Hopefully that doesn't come apart because it'll hit me right in the face. All right, we're going to go about right here. This seems pretty tight right here. So this knot a little bit. It's a little bit smaller. Okay. Stick that down there. See what happens here. Alright, that seems to hold. Alright. Alright. Knot's holding. There we go. And then we'll slide it down on this side. Okay. Now, the way this should work is we should be able to, if I want to get wood out of here, I should be able to go like so. And that definitely works. So the stiffener, because before it would just push in. And then we can just go like so. And it comes on out. I think I might get a tape on an eyelet right about here so that I can run a bungee cord over to here just to keep this from, thinking the wind might slide it back this way. Same on this side. See our glue seems to be holding up. So anyway, yeah, that's a wrap. This is a final wrap on the wood rack. I will do the other one, but this is final one. This should keep out the rain for the most part and not blow around, not blow off like the old tarp did. We'll see how well the glue works. So thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and Farm Life out.